Hey guys, it's Dion with the thinking, and right now I'm about to react to a video. Now, I didn't think I was gonna react to this, but I had a request or react to something a little creepy, so I decided to do this reaction. Now, mind you, I did watch a little bit. Well, I did watch Blasphemous HD reaction, but he only did one, so I'm gonna try to check this out. This I don't want to do this at all. The first half isn't that scary, but in respect to the creator, I'm gonna Mr. Nightmare, check him out, subscribe to the channel. Skip a little bit, hold up. I'm gonna skip. I am here. I'm starting with number 2. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting with number 2. I already watched number 1, so there's really no point. And it's not like I'm still in content. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this!
My school has 2 lunch periods. First lunch period is for all 6th graders and some 7th graders. The second lunch period is for the other half of the 7th graders and all 8th graders. The lockdown happened in the beginning of October. The day the lockdown occurred, it was overcast and rainy. During the first lunch period, I heard 4 loud booms. I personally thought it was thunder, but the entire lunch crowd started screaming. I was thinking those kids were just serious pussies, but the campus security came in and started yelling at people to go into the multi-purpose room, and the kids who were in line buying lunch had to throw out their lunch and come inside. Me and some friends went inside the room along with a huge group of other kids. Everyone was curious as to what was happening. Our multi-purpose room is huge, and the back wall of the room is made of see-through glass. When me and my friends were rushed inside the campus, security was covering the glass with the curtains, and there were adults at every exit. My friend Eric was curious, as well as the rest of us, so he asked one of the adults what was going on. When he came back, he said, "You know how right in front of TMS there's those houses?" I replied, "Yeah." "There's this mentally disabled, crazy man that barricaded himself in front of his house, and he's threatening to commit suicide and kill the cops if he's evicted. He was walking around outside of school watching kids in a weird way," Eric told us. It turned out the man was also a registered sex offender, making matters worse.
Oh, man.
We were stuck in the multi-purpose room for a whole hour, taking up 2 periods. After the whole thing was settled, we were escorted to our classrooms one by one. I later found out that the man lives next to my friend Brandy, who told me about the previous Halloween when she saw the same man at his window cutting his arm and writing in his own blood, "Don't come here or I'll kill you," on his window.
What?
Of course, being Halloween, people, including Brandy, assumed it was just for the holiday. But after this horrific incident, we knew this man was mental, and we're glad he never got near us.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty creepy. Okay, I understood. The first one wasn't that creepy. It was just a man screaming and a girl crying, but it turns out that the mentally disabled guy hit her, then she started running out, and then this stupid motherfucker was gonna say no, please, when it was hiding in the classroom, knowing that he will find out what's gonna happen. He will find out people is in that room. But hey, people are crazy like that. When they panic, you know they get to the jitters and they would talk. No, please. No. But yeah, this was pretty creepy as well, but yeah, it wasn't a lot. Sort of like a lockdown. He didn't have a gun, but he was a sex offender, and this, I wouldn't be in that girl's shoes, Brandy. Living right next to a mentally crazy guy that would slit his wrist. Okay, that's fucking disgusting. Okay, here we go.
I'm 22 years old, fresh out of college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized. But there is a small 3-person office that's actually very nice down there. It has 3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat screen TV mounted on the wall, and oh so satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course all of the school servers and other computery stuff.
Okay.
I got the job because 3 of my old computer teachers flat out adored me. I could actually consider them as real friends, not just teacher figures, so they all helped tremendously in landing me this job.
That's
It's been
pretty
great.
good.
Until something that happened a few weeks ago. My 2 co-workers that shared the office with me, Dave and Gary, weren't in the office at the time. They were upstairs working on papers or whatever. I was eating my sandwich during my lunch break when I got a phone call from one of the women in the front office telling me the school was on lockdown and that somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school. There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly, as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening, and the door to the whole basement.
What? That is so stupid. No doors? Like, what type of office is this? This doesn't make any no doors. Of course, he could have just calmly walked in if they have a shootout, if he had a gun, or if he had an assault rifle. Bam, 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 you're dead. No man, he could just simply turn on the lights. That's why you had to turn on the lights. You see them. Oh man! All right, here we go.
It didn't even have a working lock. For my own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond. I sat down there in the dark, playing games on my phone for like 20 minutes, waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here, but I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As the creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave. I was eager to get some info from them. Someone then came running down the stairs, and their footsteps were approaching my office. I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office, but did not turn on the lights. There was just silence. I can't even describe the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man. Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text message. I felt my entire world shrivel up and die at that one moment as I clenched my teeth in fear. Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally dove out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up. It was some guy in a red plaid button-up, jeans, and a reddish-black cap. He told me, "It's okay, I'm just down here hiding with you." "What's going on up there?" I whispered to him. He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, yeah, around that way. Before he could do anything else, I asked him, "Who are you?" There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was coming in to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide. After his explanation, I checked my phone and saw the text I received was from Dave. It said, "Dude, this is fucking crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and hat. Whatever you do, don't come upstairs." I was about to reread that text out loud to the man until I realized. I looked up and felt my stomach sink. The man seemed to catch on to my suspicious stare. Panicking, all I could think to do was to run for the upstairs. A gunshot echoed through the basement, and I could hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me, and I made it upstairs. Fortunately, police were waiting at all exits, including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door. More good news, our teacher, Mr. Buckley, survived the gunshot. It was later determined that the man and Mr. Buckley had some beef for whatever reason, but that was never revealed. All we know is that Mr. Buckley couldn't have done anything that would have warranted this kind of reaction. And I know that the sound of that gunshot will forever echo in my mind.
That is freaky. That was freaky as hell. Shit. I would not want to be in that man's shoes, yo. I probably would have tripped and fell. I probably would have tripped. That's probably what happened. That sucks. Why are people so crazy? Why are people in this world is really that freaking crazy? I don't understand. Is this how the world works? This is freaking creepy. I wish it was 5, but he is very known for doing at least 3 hits. Alright guys, if you like this video, please subscribe. Subscribe to Mr. Nightmare as well. All props to this guy because he took the time to actually find these stories. He probably was disturbed himself watching this. That's what makes Mr. Nightmare so relatable. Even though he sounds like, oh, I don't care for this. And deep down in his mind, yeah, he's terrified reading these things. I would be terrified too, trying to explain what's happening, and it's very disturbing trying to read out loud the situation. He's our storyteller, which makes him so relatable. Okay, guys. Subscribe to me, like, share, and bye.